I'm Danielle, and this is Aspen, and it's Fan Friday.
It's time for Fan Friday! Right? Did anybody else realize I forgot to put an intro in last week's Fan Friday? Oops! I'll get it this week, I swear. Artsy Bubble! You need to watch last week's Fan Friday. My Husky sheds a lot. What would you recommend to help clean her up or prevent her from shedding? It is impossible to prevent a Husky from shedding. Huskies shed. That's what they do. You need to brush them daily, especially when they're blowing their coat. If you want to help cut down on the shedding, you can take them to a groomer and have them give them a bath and then blow out their coats. That will help. But to prevent them from shedding, that's impossible. It's kind of part of the breed. Awesomeness3241 says, my friend's dog chews up everything. Socks, pillows, stuffed animals. We buy toys, but he keeps on breaking them. What do you think we should do? Well, hi, Memphis, but exercise. Exercise. You got to get that energy out of that dog. That's a lot of the reason why dogs tear things up. It's because they just have too much energy. CK Ditz. I don't know if I said that right. Can you change a puppy's food or an adult dog's food very quickly, or do you have to mix it in for a while? The general rule of thumb is to mix it. You first start mixing it like 1/4 and 3/4, and eventually you go to 1/2 and 1/2, and then eventually go to 1/4 and 3/4, you know, like first with the old food and then with the new food. That's the general rule of thumb. Now, if you're feeding, if you're already feeding a high quality dog food and you want to switch to another high quality dog food, you don't necessarily have to do the 1/2 and 1/2 thing. Girls! When I switched my dogs from Canada to Dr. Tim's, I actually barely mixed it at all, and they did just fine on the switch. Cat Lover 85! Cat Lover 85 says, alright Oakley, are you gonna write a book on your dogs? I don't know. Maybe someday. You just never know. They're feisty today. Even Oakley. You're all feisty today. Cam10260 says, when is Shelby's birthday? Shelby's birthday is August the 8th. If you guys want to send Shelby a card or something for her birthday is August the 8th. And yes, we will be doing a birthday video for Shelby. What? Our P.O. Box information is in the video description, or it's also towards the end of the video when we do the mail. Oh my gosh, you guys. Really? Oakley, would you tell them crazy dogs to calm down? Tell them calm down, okay? Helene Priceless says, when the girls play in Fan Friday, they look quite vicious. How do you know that it's just play? As they're still doing, and as you saw in the past few minutes of Fan Friday, they do look very vicious when they play. That's a lot of the reason some people don't understand when you take Huskies to dog parks and they try to play with other dogs, they look like super mean even though they're not. How do I know? Because they're my dogs, and I know. Trust me, you would know if they weren't playing. It would sound a lot different, and it would be much more dangerous. Huskies play rough. They really do. Memphis, look, here's a leaf. There's a leaf. Get it. Get the leaf. There you go. You got it. I know you can reach that one. You can jump up and get it. Oh, we got distracted. But anyway, yeah, you would know. I would know if it was a mean play. They're just loud and obnoxious when they play. It's just a Husky thing. Veronica says, what are some things to think of when moving from an apartment to a house with your Husky? Things to check before you move. You noted a couple things in your email that you sent to me about, you know, things such as the yard, whether or not the yard is fenced in. I can give you a few examples. When we bought this house, of course, the very first thing we looked at was the size of this yard. You guys have seen it many times in our videos. It's a very large yard. This was the most important thing I was looking for when we went to buy this house, was I had to have a large yard. Other than that, personally, for me, nothing else mattered. Just the yard. I could have cared less what the inside of the house looked like as long as it was livable. So yes, size of the yard. Our yard was not fenced in. We had to look into the cost of fencing in the entire yard, which was the first thing we did when we moved here. So if you're looking to get a house and it doesn't have a fenced in yard, you might want to see how much that would cost so you can get it done as soon as possible. That would be probably one of the most important things. Second most important thing would be where you can walk from your house. Like, the neighborhood, is the neighborhood safe to walk? Are there fun places to go from your house? Because Huskies need to walk a lot, and if you have nice areas you can walk around your house, it makes things a little bit nicer. So those would be two things I would look for. If anybody else has any tips on what you should look for when either buying or renting a house and you have Huskies, like what certain things should you look for in your new house, leave them down below. Glenn wants to know if we noticed any changes in our dogs when we went from only having one dog to having two dogs. Because first we had Shiloh and then we got Shelby. I don't think we really noticed a lot of changes. I think Shiloh took to Shelby pretty easily, and then when we added Oakley, they all kind of took to Oakley pretty easily, and then Shiloh passed away, and then we added Memphis, and they all kind of took to Memphis pretty easily. So, we never really had an introduction problem with any of our dogs. They all just kind of seemed to get along. I don't know why, but we've always been pretty good with that. Jessica wants to know how come Oakley doesn't like... Hey, I'm talking to Oakley. Jessica wants to know how come Oakley doesn't like the doggy pool. Oakley doesn't like water in general. She doesn't like to swim. We have a camping video that's going to go up on Monday, and if you want to see some previews of it, you can go to youtube.com/withoutthesnowdogs, and we've already started actually uploading the full videos over there. Oakley's not a swimmer. She just doesn't like water. Speaking of Oakley, Mel wants to know, does Oakley still wake you up at 6:20 when you're away camping like she does when you're at home? Yes, she does. She will wake us up at about 20 after 6 and tell us it's time to get up, no matter if we're camping or if we're at home. Thank you, neighbors, for making a bunch of loud noise. Totally appreciate it. We got some mail. We got some mail. Stop stepping on the mail, Memphis. We got this awesome drawing. That's pretty cool from Sharon. And Sharon had a couple questions. Why does Shelby lay flat like that? I don't know. She's done it ever since she was little. Do you leave your dogs outside when you go to work? Nope, they stay right in this room pretty much. Did Shelby and Oakley act depressed after Shiloh passed away? Not really. They didn't really, no, not really. I wouldn't say depressed. Like, I think they knew something was different. And we got another letter and a drawing, but I'm not sure who it's from because I didn't put a name on it, but thank you. And we got a letter from Sarah, and Sarah says her neighbors have a German Shepherd that keeps coming into her yard and trying to hurt her dogs, and they don't know what to do. Well, if you've already talked to your neighbors about it and they won't do anything, maybe it's time you have your mom and dad call animal control. You definitely want to do something before one of your dogs gets hurt. And we got some awesome drawings from Selena. That one was of Shiloh. This one is of Shelby. Memphis, you're in my light. This one is of Oakley. And then one of Memphis. That one's you, Memphis. That's you. And we got this really cool drawing of Shelby from Holly. And Holly wants to know, is there fun places to see in Alpena? Yes. If you're coming to Alpena, you should definitely go to the Glass Bottom Boat Tour. Look it up. It's awesome. And Jolene sent us an awesome email about her Humane Society, mohawkhumane.org, I think is what it says. And they have a wish list of all these different things that they need for their Humane Society. And you can go to their website and you can make donations, or you can purchase things for their wish list. So you guys should definitely go check that out. And we got a drawing from Mackenzie, which is adorable. And Mackenzie wants to know how to get her uncle's Husky to talk to her. You know, some Huskies just aren't talkers. Some of them like to do it a lot, and some of them just don't do it as much. Memphis is not a big talker. Shelby is, Oakley is, Shiloh was, but Memphis, not so much. And we got a letter from Brookette, and she wants to know when's Oakley's birthday. Oakley's birthday is May the 8th. We actually kind of made up Oakley's birthday because we don't really know when it is. And we got two drawings from Shelby, well, a drawing and an awesome coloring. That's pretty cool. Shelby wants to know what tricks the girls know. They all know how to sit. That's about the only trick Oakley knows. Shelby knows how to give paw and lay down, and so does Memphis. What do you smell? But they are Huskies, so, they're kind of temperamental with their tricks. They'll do it for food. They'll do just about anything for food. And we got a drawing from Shelby's sister, Megan, and a letter from Megan also. And Megan wants to know, did you get Oakley, Shelby, and Memphis from a shelter, or did you buy them from someone? Memphis and Shelby, we bought from someone. Shelby was a kind of rescue. We couldn't just leave her there after we saw the condition she was in. And Oakley, we adopted from somebody who was having to get rid of her. And we got a package from Gabby R0913 on Instagram with a question, do you have a lot of fleas and ticks in your area? All of our girls are on Vectra 3D, so we don't really have a problem with it. The ticks have definitely been worse this year in Michigan, but so far we haven't had any issues with it. They also sent some drawings of Memphis and Shelby. Are you taking stuff out of the box already? Alright, hold on, I'll get yours. Here you go. You can have one, and you can have one. Can I show this other drawing now? And then the drawing of Fluffy Butt Oakley. And they sent a box with a couple of treats that I already opened for the dogs. A box of dog cookies. And this is pretty cool. Some real peanut butter Kong stuffing. Because you know our girls, they love their Kongs. Thanks for sending all that cool stuff. I think the girls are pretty happy. Doesn't take much to make them happy. Food. They like food. Alright, you guys, that's all we have for Fan Friday today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you missed it, we put up 2 videos this week. One on Monday, one on Wednesday. Be sure to go check them out. I almost forgot what they were. Monday's video was a picket line video that you guys have been asking me to do for a long time, where we talk about the line we use while camping. I know a lot of you have asked us that question, what it is, how we use it, so there's that video. And then on Wednesday, we did another pet box unboxing, so you can go check those out. But that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay positive, dream big. And we'll see you soon. Goodbye.